Well, it's time for another edition of Fugitive Friday, and we are once again joined by Trish Shroud from Crime Stoppers telling us about our area's most wanted. Trish,
yeah, it's Good Friday, so do something good for the community and help catch one of these guys.
And not so good for these guys.
Exactly.
Because they don't deserve it. Well, we're starting off our list this week with a guy who's been peddling poison not only on the streets of Southwest Florida, but also to inmates while he was behind bars. A new warrant for the arrest of Bobby Hitchman was issued last week after he violated his probation on a charge of the sale, manufacture, and delivery of narcotics. Detectives say the 37-year-old was already incarcerated on other charges when his scheme to sell drugs while in jail completely unraveled. Thanks to someone tipping them off, investigators learned that Hitchman was working with a female on the outside who would make drops of meth, Xanax, cigarettes, and lighters. Hitchman, who was given trustee privileges to work outside the jail, would then pick up the drugs in discreet locations and bring them back inside. When detectives found the drugs, Hitchman and several others were charged with facilitating the transactions. After 4 months in jail, he eventually pled no contest and was sentenced to 2 years of state probation, which he almost immediately violated. To date, Hitchman has 25 local priors on 59 criminal counts of fraud, drugs, resisting, grand theft, and burglary. He's 5'10", 125 pounds, and could be using the alias of Bobby Vidal or Waif Hitchman to avoid arrest. Next up is a registered sex offender from Pennsylvania who is believed to be hiding out somewhere here in our community. U.S. Marshals are on the hunt for Joseph Mazone, wanted on 28 counts of the possession and dissemination of child sexual abuse material, as well as a few other criminal charges. Investigators in Chester, Pennsylvania served a search warrant on Mazone in early March, which turned up a disturbing collection containing file upon file of child pornography, some involving female toddlers as young as 2 years old. But by the time they were able to completely delve into Mazone's computers and cell phones, he had already taken off. Marshals strongly believe that Mazone is now staying in Southwest Florida, most likely the Naples area, in hopes of avoiding another return trip back to jail. This 46-year-old felon has a disgusting history of possessing kiddie porn, with arrests in 2013 and 2015, coupled with additional charges of drugs, disorderly conduct, and failing to register as a sex offender. So if you've seen Mazone anywhere in our community, the marshals are strongly encouraging you to call Crime Stoppers with your anonymous tip. Also on the run this week is a guy who has been an overall menace to our community for well over 30 years. Thomas Smok is a career offender who finds himself back in the familiar crosshairs of the law, this time with a warrant for violating probation on 4 counts of criminal mischief. His current legal issue stems from an incident when multiple neighbors said they were awakened in the middle of the night by Smok, who was yelling, cursing, and threatening people who were on their front porches. Despite the ruckus, nobody bothered to call 911 since they were used to Smok losing his marbles and going off on loud, boisterous rants. However, in the light of day the next morning, multiple residents found that their cars were damaged, with broken mirrors and windows, all at the hands of their irrational neighbor. Smok was cuffed and charged with the crimes and was later found guilty and placed on probation, which he violated last week. Since 1988, Smok has been booked 13 times on 73 criminal charges, including burglary, theft, attempted robbery, contempt, and grand theft auto, to name just a few. He has been sent to prison 6 times for just over 20 years of his life. Smok is 5'7", 155 pounds, with a tattoo of a knife through a heart and "Love Thy Neighbor" on his left arm and "Mama Tried" inked on his back. And rounding out our last of bad guys is a Fort Myers fugitive who was just sentenced to 2 years of probation last month, and already he's fallen off the wagon. Law enforcement needs your help tracking down Michael Watson, who is wanted on charges stemming from his 3rd arrest for petty theft. The victim said he left his e-bike in the front room of his house when he returned home from work. At some point, an individual came into the house, took the bike, and loaded up into their car. A security camera on the home led the victim to identify the thief as Joe Costa, a guy who used to be his tenant. Well, as it turns out, Joe Costa wasn't the man's real name. However, a facial recognition program did accurately identify the suspect as Michael Watson. He managed to dodge his warrant for a few months until his luck ran out and he was pulled over for speeding on Burnt Store Road. That's when, lo and behold, the warrant showed up and Watson landed up in jail. He ended up pleading no contest in late February and was sentenced to probation, which he violated last week. Over the years, Watson has racked up 20 prior arrests in Lee and Hendry counties for grand theft, dealing in stolen property, battery, domestic violence, and disorderly intoxication, among other infractions. He is 5'10", 150 pounds, and upon his arrest, he will be held without bond in the Lee County Jail. And as always, if you recognize any of the fugitives we've featured here today, you're asked to call the Crime Stoppers hotline. That number is 1-800-780-TIPS. All callers will remain anonymous and will be eligible for a cash reward of up to $3,000. You know, between 4 individuals, they have well over 70 arrests. 70 between 4 people. So, I mean, they give repeat
Keep an
offender
eye out, right?
a whole new meaning to the
Yes,
definition.
yes.
So definitely keep your eyes out for these folks, especially Joseph Mazone, the sex offender from Pennsylvania. The marshals strongly believe that he's here, and we all know that, you know, when you're on the radar of the marshals, not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Let's hope. Let's
Absolutely.
hope someone out there
Thank you
gets
so
the
much.
money connected to turning in a tip for that. Thanks, Trish.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thanks.